But again, I just need to underscore that none of this is working. 250,000 of Biden's voters are protesting the largest anti-war movement since George W. Bush was in office. And it's the Democrats holding this fucking bag right now. And as long as we're talking about them, I have to bring up that, like, Biden, like, I think on some level, it is not just cynicism. I think on a real level, he genuinely does like and believe in Israel, which is not an excuse by any stretch of the imagination, but it's legible for a man of his age and who's been in the U.S. government as long as he is. Barack Obama, on the other hand, and I got to say, in a week of nauseating media spectacle, his comments to the Pod Save America boys took the cake for me in terms of the most morally reprehensible statement made by a public figure. The thing is, Obama, we know for a fact, doesn't particularly like or care about Israel at all. And if anything, was sympathetic to the Palestinian cause. And he's aware of all this and just doesn't care. And has this attitude. What he said to the Pod Jumps is that we're all complicit in this in some way.
And so if you want to solve the problem, then you have to take in the whole truth. And you then have to admit nobody's hands are clean, that all of us are complicit to some degrry.
Yeah.
Really?
I was president for 8 years. I was president for 8 years. Like, I mean, there's a little blood on all our hands.
He literally said,
we're all to blame.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sure.
So, I mean, just
he wrote about this in his books. He wrote about it. This is what's so flabbergasting to me. He wrote about this shit. He wrote about the empire. He wrote about all of the stuff that we talk about. So it's somewhere in there. He knows this shit, and yet he chooses to be this institutional, just kind of like, hey, check me out on Spotify. Like, I don't want anything else to. I don't want to. Yeah,
I'd love to hear your music recommendations, Obama. Like in between you saying that, like, on social media, you can only tell one part of the truth, and not the whole truth. Is that we're all complicit in the massacre of Palestinians. And then, they're them just sagely nodding, going, "Wow, what a brave, difficult thing to say." It's just like, no, you underwrote all of this. Like, I simply have to stress again: Israel would not exist, nor would it be behaving in the way it is now without 100% U.S. support from both parties.
Can I just say that Obama, he not only wrote about this when Obama was state senator in Illinois, the state senator representing Hyde Park. He went to conferences on Palestine. He spoke there. He knew a lot of people in the movement. It is not just that he knows better. He, at least at one point, knew a lot about this conflict. He knew a lot of the things that Israel did. He knew way more than most people, most elected officials. So his presidency and his posture now is just like especially stomach churning. Like it's sort of like the Reverend Wright thing in a way. He, took these stances or had these associations that they were useful to him at a time. They portrayed to whatever set of voters he was trying to impress, a certain broad set of left-wing sympathies or an awareness of something that other electeds would not have. And then when he wanted to jump up a level to the next smattering of voters, he would very publicly shiv the last person he wanted to be seen with. He's just one of the most shockingly cynical people that we've had in office in the last 50 years.
It's astonishing.